New kinds of concepts are the so-called emerging concepts that are, emerge in one or more of the domains and move across. And this has been seen as causing significant impact. So I'll describe, for example, machine learning or artificial intelligence. In the past 10 years or so, it has had significant impact on humanity. Everything that we think of has actually been changed by it. So those are the ones that we should probably be thinking about.
Perhaps most important, along with the empowerment of the individual, is the need to empower group collaboration solutions to our challenges. We might call them crowdsourced solutions. We might call them citizen science. We might look to crowdfunding as an option for tackling some of our difficult problems. These are new forms of organization. And it's clear that the challenges facing us are substantial enough that the old forms of organization, the top-down governmental solutions, are not necessarily doing the job. So we're going to have to be very creative and use our new tools, use the internet and the wonderful organizing tools that are coming about to solve some of these major issues in our society.
So I actually think that this is a really difficult question, but I think one of the things that we do need is an actual framework. I think because technology has grown exponentially in the last, 20 years or so, all of these centuries-old, frameworks are kind of gone out the window. And I don't think, because we're so focused on growing this technology, we're not actually looking at these social implications or, things like we're losing privacy rapidly. And it seems that in the national consciousness, we don't even seem to care, or people just don't understand the full implications. And I think one of the reasons why there's so many apocalyptic or dystopian movies and zombies, etc., is that deep down in our consciousness, we're very aware that the implications of this exponentially growing technology and not having a social framework to control it is leading us potentially down a very dark path.
I think to understand and improve our world, we need to understand more, again, about the less science and technologically based issues from the physical side, and more about technology on the brain side. So technologies like mindfulness, meditation, and neurolinguistic programming and sciences like that can, I think, help ourselves evolve to be better people and better overall than just continuing to focus on all sorts of physical science breakthroughs. So we need both.
So we should always be thinking about how technology can be used as a tool to make our lives more meaningful, as we should use everything, right? And so as we move away from needing a lot of labor and asking questions of like, okay, what do we do with that free time and whatnot, I think we should be thinking about, of course, the progression of technology in general, but also the humanitarian aspect. So, how we should think about ethics when we have more advanced technologies, or how we should think about, when our lifespans are longer, what can we do to fill in the time to make things more wonderful. Yeah.
I think as a first world we assume that everyone has connection to technology, but that's not the case. To really understand, to really get everyone involved in technology, we have to accept that not all of technology is available everywhere in the world, and some people it is still foreign.
Well, this world is the only one we have, the only one we all have in so long. And we have to take care of it because we are carrying it little by little.
I think we need new ideas of the position of human beings in the world now that computers can do so much of what only humans used to be able to do, and that humans can extend their lives in ways that we never imagined. So we're going to need to have a much better idea of what we expect people to be able to do as far as interacting with each other.
I think using big data to really help understand some really crucial things that's happening in our society, how to help folks crowdsource and and not just using it for marketing purposes.
I believe that the best way to understand the world is to frame it in first principles. So that is to look at the world in specific philosophies that are maxims, which can be applied to all kinds of different principles of life.
What new type of concepts do we need to understand what's going on in the world? I'm not sure that I would say new concepts. I think one of the things that we need to do is engage with better engage with some of the issues that we have now. I think so engage in issues around how science affects particular types of populations within our society, particular types of questions, how does it approach particular types of questions, the questions that it asks. And I think this involves bringing new people to the table, both when we talk about the funding of science, when we talk about these more collective groups of scientists and what it means to be a scientist and conduct science. I think by having more diverse voices at the table to do those types of things, then better concepts will emerge.
So I think an interesting way to look at how we use technology is that it kind of gives us a new mode of being an individual. And I remember reading in Foucault's Discipline and Punish, the system of this prison or whatever, like, gives you a new form of existence because you're watching yourself and controlling yourself to be a certain way. And sometimes technology just creates a new form of how we exist, like someone who's like streaming photos, someone who's creating the Facebook timeline. So I think concepts like that would really help.
I feel awkward at this point at not knowing anything whatsoever about genetics.
Give a voice to every great educator and in every corner of the world, because that's the only way that we can not only achieve a global, enriched, and diverse education of the future, but it's also the only way to truly democratize education.
We need to understand access to technology. What is it that will permit everyone to use the technologies we're creating right now?
How does the mind work, particularly in the context of upload?